Hi everybody. Harriet's fast asleep on top of her tree, so I didn't want to disturb her and go downstairs. So I'm talking to you from here, which is okay because I've got a cup of tea. You know I'm always awake early, and this morning was no exception. So I caught Chantal's latest offering, the couple's video on the beach at sunrise. Very romantic. Not so romantic if you're going to get heat stroke. So let's see what we have here. We've got a £450 woman swathed in heavy clothing, black clothing, and a abaya, a scuba diving hat, a hijab on top, with nothing to hold on to. You know, no prop, nothing that she can take to steady herself. And we've got this £450 woman who's only 5 feet tall, if she's that, a perfect sphere of a woman, a planet of a woman, trying to cross the road to the beach opposite their apartments. Salah was walking on in front as though, as though he was reluctantly taking a relative, an aunt, his mother. No, he'd give more attention to his mother. And I apologise because she's no longer here, but as though he was taking somebody out who he didn't really want to take out. Certainly not his wife, who he should have been. I know it's frowned upon in Kuwait, but I think to help your wife across the road is not unacceptable, surely, in any language, wherever you are in the world, or it shouldn't be. He's walking on in front, he barely looks back to make sure she's okay. And the cars, you know, there's cars barreling down that road. So they get to the beach, and the first thing Chantal wants to do, of course, is to sit down. She can hardly breathe. Her slow metabolism and everything all adds up to this woman being absolutely not made for any real type of exercise at the moment, and certainly her breathing was shallow and fast and laboured. She could hardly speak, and she didn't really have to because Salah was taking the lead. They paused the video when she was asking for a seat. The next thing we saw was Chantal sitting on like a little wall or something, probably outside the mosque that was partly completed. So she was sitting there, but Salah was trying his best to get her to jump down that steep incline onto the level part leading down to the water. She refused, and sensibly so. She couldn't have done it. She might have broken a bone or something in attempting it. And how would she have gotten back up? She'd have had to crawl on all fours like a mountain goat. Maybe that's how he perceives her, a moneyed mountain goat. Boy, did you two, each of you, get the short end of the stick. The stick only had two very short ends, and both of you got it in your mouths and met in the middle, clashed. It's called catfishing. Both of you were caught out at it. So I'm not gloating here for once about her. Despite her being a despicable person who's done a lot of bad things in her life, for which she takes no accountability, she's not Muslim. She's taken the Shahada, not even realising what she's done. And of course, if she lapses now, they're not going to be very happy with her, are they? She's going to have to get back to Canada before she can take that hijab off her head and revert to form, because, oh no, she'd be an apostate, and Islam frowns on apostates. Anyway, here we have her at the beach with her husband who's 10 or 11 years younger, who's fit. You can see he goes to the gym. He's got very womanly hands, hasn't he? I think he shaves them as well. Just to point something I noticed when he was choosing shells at the seashore. Very womanly, groomed hands. Oh, mine are a mess. Need to do my nails. So here we have a £450 woman at the beach with a 10 years younger husband who's urging her on to do things that she's not only uncomfortable doing, that could cause her injury. She wouldn't be able to complete the action. Getting down maybe is one thing with a little help, but getting back up is quite another. So he likened her to a potato, picking out faults with her looks all the time. Got her full body profile on film a few times, unnecessarily. Just giving channels more and more to react to and to laugh at, really. And Chantal laughs herself, although inside she must be burning with anger and humiliation that this young man who has married her under duress, with the promise of sponsorship in Canada and money. My opinion. And everything's unravelled. In fact, it wasn't even knitted together in the first place, was it? It was in his mind. So she couldn't go down to the seashore. He did. And he was talking to people, you know, the Beezers. Very comfortable with them, isn't he? It's almost like he was born to be King Beezer. And so I'm wondering now what's going to happen, because with Chantal, going by this morning, she could well be in for a dose of heat stroke, and that's not going to be fun for her. Let me see what it says here. Well, it doesn't really say anything that isn't. It does say that certain chronic illnesses such as heart or lung disease, well, we know she had problems with both, might increase your risk of heat stroke. So can being obese. Well, she's super morbidly obese. Being sedentary, which she, yeah. And having a history of previous heat stroke. Well, I don't think she'd have that, but all the rest she has. So without a quick response to lower the body temperature, heat stroke can cause your brain or other vital organs to swell, possibly resulting in permanent damage. Without prompt and adequate treatment, heat stroke can be fatal. Continue hawing, Sarah. You've got no idea the risks you're putting her in. Heat stroke is predictable and preventable. So it says, wear loose-fitting, lightweight clothing. She's wearing that scuba gear. Tight-fitting hat to her head, the hijab, the heavy clothes underneath, the abaya, cheap polyester, black, all in black. No sunglasses or anything. No sunscreen, I guess. Her face was the colour of an overripe tomato, and it looked swollen. Be extra cautious if you take medications that can affect your body's ability to stay hydrated. So I know she takes medications. What she takes, I don't know. Well, yeah, you know, it's awful. It's heat stroke. It can affect all your vital organs, your kidneys. You can be completely messed up. Stimulants as well. If you take stimulants, I don't know whether shisha would be considered a stimulant, would it? I know that I did read somewhere a while ago now about heat stroke, and it's saying, oh, here you go. I'm just looking to see what she said. She felt sick. She was feeling sick. I'm not sure whether she actually did throw up because the camera is ended then. I think she well may have. So high body temperature, I think we can take that as a given. Altered mental state or behaviour, confusion, agitation, irritability, delirium can all result from heat stroke. Nausea and vomiting, yeah. Flushed skin, very flushed skin, rapid breathing, yeah, racing heart rate, yeah, headache, yeah. So what you should do is get the person into shade or indoors, remove excess clothing, and cool the person with whatever means available. Did you do all that? Untreated heat stroke can quickly damage your brain, heart, kidneys and muscles. And I know in the article I read some time back it said that in a case of severe heat stroke where what I've mentioned occurs, they said even if they are able to save your life, the result of saving your life and prolonging your life might be worse than actually losing your life because of the awful conditions that you're going to be left to deal with. Does he have Chantal insured? Whose channel is it now? Didn't she say that Chantal had given the channel to Salah? Or I know the couple's channel is between them, but I'm sure something was said about this one also. Maybe that's to throw off, you know, the tax people when they come after her for taxes in Canada. So if that channel is in Salah's name also, should anything happen to Chantal, he would have that channel too, with the 90,000 plus subs. And the subs would go up because people are ghoulish and they want to see what goes on and what happens next. And his English is good enough that he can carry it off. And of course there'll be all the little fruit flies, let's call them, visas, fruit fly visas, more than willing to help Salah out as he traverses the pain of being left without Chantal due to their bloody stupidity. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. And I'll be very careful about future walks on the beach. At least dress appropriately. Get a light abaya. You can do that. Light clothing. Wear your sunglasses. And Sarah, don't push her to do more than she can comfortably do, which, you know, is probably no more than 10-minute walk. 10 to 15 minutes for now. What a mess. Back later, everybody.